All right, hey everyone, good Monday evening to you. It is Weather for Weather Geeks time, in the middle of a pretty stormy pattern, but the end is in sight. Things are going to turn around pretty nicely towards the end of this week and into the upcoming weekend, but until then, still a little unsettled at times, especially on Tuesday. It's been a frustrating stretch. Spring can be a real frustrating time of the year. The grass is growing like crazy. You're itching to get out and mow. Just enjoy the outdoors, perhaps. Perhaps you have a child that's playing baseball or softball or something like that, and games have been rained out, and it can go like that in springtime sometimes. And over the last week, pretty much our entire viewing area has seen 2+ inches worth of rain, taking us back to the last couple of days of April. And of course, this is well above the average. Now, just since the first day of May at the Youngstown Warren Airport, 2.09 inches as of the issuance of the daily climate report today, which was around 5:30 p.m. That total is about 1.5 inches above the average, so it's been a pretty waterlogged start to the month of May. And thanks to everyone who sends us pictures, weather pictures. You can send them via the Storm Tracker 21 app. You can just take the picture right on your phone and transmit it on the app. You can send an email, weatherpics, P-I-C-S, at WFMJ.com. You can also hit us up on social media, of course, as well. And thanks to Taylor in Boardman for sharing this picture of this afternoon's thunderstorm activity across the area. She took this from let's see, that was St. Elizabeth's in Boardman. Thanks to Taylor for sending that picture this afternoon of that photogenic storm that rolled through parts of Mahoning County. And, before that storm rolled through, we had some storms with some bouts of heavy rain in Mercer County in particular. Some rainfall totals just over the last 12 hours. Pretty common to see a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch or so worth of rain over there. We also had a hail-producing storm that kind of rolled up the Ohio Turnpike for a while. It dropped hail of diameter of at least an inch in the Canfield area. And that storm kind of rolled to the northwest and impacted a lot of southwestern Trumbull County. There was a severe thunderstorm warning on that storm for a while this afternoon. The weather as of 7:12 p.m. is still certainly unsettled across the area, although I'm becoming more and more convinced that we're not going to have nearly as many problems here locally as some of our neighbors off to the west. Big, heavy thunderstorms. In fact, I'll bring up the warning information here. We have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings and a tornado warning active as of the recording this video across north central Ohio. That tornado-warned storm is bearing down on I-76 and eventually maybe some of the western suburbs of Cleveland. That warning runs until 7:30. Elsewhere, there's a severe thunderstorm watch that was put out this afternoon for a lot of eastern Ohio and western Pennsylvania. Now, the Weather Service office in Pittsburgh did cancel the watch a little while ago for most of their Pennsylvania counties, so this watch is still in effect for our Ohio counties until 9 p.m. Although, again, I'm becoming more and more convinced that true severe weather is not too much of a concern around here, although some bouts of heavy rain will still be a possibility for the rest of the evening hours. And the culprit for our unsettled weather, pretty easy to find on the water vapor imagery this evening. It's a cutoff area of low pressure, which has been spinning for days and days, it seems like. It's been a handful of days, but it's been a long handful of days. This low pressure system is finally going to start to make some eastward progress as we head towards midweek, and our weather will improve considerably. In the meantime, what you see is what you get for the evening. It's not going to be a washout, certainly, but over the next 3-4 hours, there can be some showers and some real drenchers pushing through. Some real soaking thunderstorms will be a possibility, but the weather will quiet down in a hurry overnight. We'll get off to a dry start on our Tuesday. Now, there's our upper low tomorrow morning centered near Detroit. As this low pivots east, it's going to start dragging in some cooler air. We'll probably reach our high on Tuesday right around midday, maybe around 60, 62. And then not only will showers become increasingly likely in the afternoon, I think the temperature will drop Tuesday afternoon, making for a damp and chilly raw Tuesday afternoon with temperatures mostly in the 50s. It'll rain for several hours, it looks like, during the second half of the day Tuesday. Wednesday might start with fog, but a decent day overall, as we're kind of in between systems again on Wednesday with a mix of sun and clouds. This next front, though, arrives on Thursday with, I think, little fanfare, probably a couple showers around on Thursday, a little bit of a cool down with that front, but in the wake of that front, we're going to clear the decks finally. This is a look at the atmospheric moisture going forward over the next week or so, and what we want to pay attention to is all this dry air up here, which is going to start really settling in as we head towards Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday as well. I really like what I'm seeing on the modeling for a handful of days starting Friday and probably taking us into early next week. In fact, this is today's 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. Always nice to see some browns on here after Such a unsettled, wet, frustrating pattern that we've been in of late. Temperature-wise, also with that drier weather, it'll start to warm up. Over the weekend, we'll approach 70 both days this weekend, maybe even exceed 70 on Mother's Day on Sunday. And if we don't exceed 70 on Sunday, pretty good chance we do early next week. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we had a couple of 80-degree days in our future towards the middle of next week. So hang in there. Better things are coming. It's been frustrating, I know, but the weather will certainly turn around pretty nicely by the end of this week and into the upcoming weekend, just in time for all the moms and grandmas out there. In the meantime, thanks for watching on this Monday evening. I'll see you back here on Tuesday for a fresh edition of Weather for Weather Geeks.